Hello and welcome to the Little Bee podcast. See you! Welcome to episode 3. My name is Kirsty and I'm the Little Bee podcast, and this is
Charlotte from the CharrKnits podcast.
And this is going to be a bit kind of to and fro. I've got no show notes, and Charlotte certainly has no show notes either.
No.
And we're just going to have a wee bit of fun with this one, aren't we?
It doesn't feel like the camera's recording because mine beeps to tell you it's recording.
I know, I get a wee bit paranoid with mine because you can't really tell if it's recording or not, and you find out like 20 minutes later that you haven't recorded the whole segment and you're like, I've been talking to myself the whole time.
I like the podcast with 2 people because it's just like an hour of people giggling. So they're a bit...
It started like the minute I said hello and welcome, we're giggling already.
I know. Suppose it's the embarrassment of filming. You're like somebody knowing you're filming, but they're filming with you. I don't know. Like it'd be like as if you're filming in the room, but somebody else is doing something different. But I don't know where I'm going with this. But it's just because you're just like, this is a solo thing.
And you might notice the accent gets a wee bit stronger because we're both around another Scottish person. So I think when we're on our own, we kind of pronunciate a wee bit better. And I don't know, you don't seem to put on you don't seem to change how you speak. But I think I try and sound a wee bit less West Coast.
I just try not to swear. Cause
yeah,
you might notice like earlier. I swear a lot, but I don't know the age range of people that watch this, so I try not to.
I try and keep it PG.
Yeah,
I try really hard to keep it PG. I think I swore in my last one. I didn't say anything bad, but I definitely swore in the last podcast, and I do apologise about that. Because I did get a thumbs down in my last one, and I don't know if it was because I swore. So this podcast is going to be a wee bit all over the place. It's going to be a bit of a lot of giggling, a lot of me getting into trouble for being a yarn enabler. And basically I just wanted to get Charlotte involved and have another Scottish person. If anyone notices my eyes twitching today, so please ignore this, even though I've just pointed it out.
Yeah, if I swear, I will buy you yarn. Okay,
ooh, let's get Charlotte to swear.
Don't get Charlotte riled up about anything. Right,
so I'm gonna get my whip out of the way.
Right.
That sound. No, my phone out of the way, but that sound is so wrong.
You're finished.
I'm going to get my only finished object out of the way, and then we'll go on to whips because Charlotte has no phones.
Yes, Charlotte had a dramatic 2 weeks, so there has been no knitting.
Whereas I've been doing nothing but knit. Like, actually been a knitting machine the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, life. Hen.
You would have thought I'd done that when I got a boyfriend, but apparently that's not the case. So, my first faux is this gorgeous little cardigan that I made for my godchild, who is due in 9 weeks. Can you get that? 9
That's
weeks.
Crazy.
I'm just going to show off the buttons. I think I'm going to... no, my autofocus isn't on. Right, hang on a sec. Excuse me, guys. Right. Back. The camera is now on autofocus mode, I think. Yeah, it's recording. So, these are the really cute buttons. Why is my camera turned off? Oh my god. Okay, this is going to be really interesting. So I got these really cute buttons that my mum gave me. And apparently this is 0 to 3 months.
That's pretty tiny.
Yeah, but I'm not around kids to know if it is. And if anyone has me on Instagram, they'll have known the serious game of yarn chicken I played. Like, I would love to see if anyone can beat this, because that is what I was left with. I didn't even knit the last stitch. I got a crochet hook, slipped it through, and then secured the yarn. I was just like, I can't knit the last stitch.
That's probably how you could weave it in then with a crochet hook.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Thank you.
I see, because it's got wee short sleeves, it might like last a wee bit longer in the age group as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, because then, like, she doesn't have to button it up.
No. And
the sleeves are going to be big until...
That's so cute. I've never knitted for a baby before.
I've done like one thing for like a friend and stuff, but like knitting for my best mate is completely different. But so that's my only faux, and we've got that out of the way completely. Right, your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a lot less whips than you.
I have 2.
I haven't got 2.
See, we're even.
So the last couple of weeks I was like knitting on like loads of stuff, and I got overwhelmed, and I just realised I need to be a monogamous knitter. I can't do it. It stresses me out. It's like having a full-time job, having to knit like 4 or 5 different things. So I'm going to limit it down to 2. So I've got 2. So this is it. Until these are finished, this is all I'll have.
I'm curious. I've not seen what she's got on the needles at all.
So I've got it in my CharrKnits bag.
I've seen your progress for your jumper.
This one? Yeah, I think I've done a wee bit more.
I've not seen it since, but I know you're doing a jumper.
Yeah, so I think my first episode I showed it in, it was a yoke.
Just a collar.
And then it was like a cropped vest, but it has a sleeve now, so there's progress. It's pretty much just dog hair, to be honest with you. But this is the fine sand cardigan, and I can't see myself here. So yeah, I've done a whole sleeve. It's a 3/4 sleeve, but it's a whole sleeve. And I'm this far down the body, so I'm at belly button length. I think the last time I tried it on. So it's a really, really straightforward, simple pattern, and it's brilliant if it's like this is the first garment I've knit. But
so see when you get to here,
are
you picking up here?
Yeah.
So you've got to pick up stitches under the arm.
So I think you pick up maybe 12, and you just knit round. So I think I weaved in this end because I'm.
See, I've got really fantastic bingo wings on my arms, and I started making a jumper, and well, it was not a jumper, it was more kind of a pullover, and it had like basic simple sleeves, like you didn't actually make anything else, you just cast off. And I decided to use the yarn for my blanket, and so I took it off the needles and tried it on, and oh my god, it was so tight under the arms. I was like, thank god I didn't continue this because I wouldn't be able to wear it.
Yes, I tried this on as I went. Because I knitted the size bigger than the one that I should have, just because I don't trust, because I'm a really, really tight knitter. So.
Same, I'm horrifically tight knitter.
Yeah. What else have I say about it? I don't know. I really want this to be done so that I can wear it and not have to knit on it any longer.
We've decided now that you may get second sock syndrome. This keeps turning off, it's driving up the hole. You get second sock syndrome, so we've now decided there's something called second sleeve syndrome. Yeah,
definitely, because like there's the excitement of knitting the first sleeve, because it's the first sleeve I've ever knit, so, and it was like a really big sock, because you just go in and around, and I'd done it magic loop, and it was, because the yarn's so squishy, it was really, really fun, and then...
Oh, that's nice.
But the other sleeve...
That's actually shockingly squishy.
I know. It's that company, right, can you say this? That one. You must have heard that pronounced before. So
nope. It's not even gonna try.
So it's the same company that make Regia, so I'm just gonna call it, this has just been called the Regia yarn. So I got 10 balls of this at that Hobbycraft fair.
How many have you got left? Or how many have you used?
I've used, this is the 6th one.
You can have enough.
Yeah. But I got 10 balls for £10, so it's a £10 cardigan. So that's
what you pay in the shop.
Yeah. So, but it's really nice, but it's discontinued, so you can't get it anymore, which I'm gutted about, because I would have got it in like 10 different colours to make 10 of these.
I don't know what it is. I don't squeeze garments normally, but this is shockingly squishy. It's kind of bouncy.
Nice and warm. So yeah, I had that. So I can't remember what podcast it was, but they said about leaving stuff on cables instead of using waste yarn. And that's such a good idea, because I had this on waste yarn, but all the stitches kind of like...
They kind of go down, don't they?
And it was horrible, so I've got these wee, like the cables that you use for hats, I just stick that on it.
It's really interesting to see people actually use these.
I know, they're so useful. And
you just kind of sit with them in your pack going, what are these for?
Yeah, it means you can try it on without having to worry about the stitches getting all messed up. So, yeah, that's that. And hopefully it'll be done in 2 weeks' time. If it's not, then...
Do you have something to wear it to, or are you just giving yourself a time scale?
No, well, I had a wedding next week that I kind of wanted to wear it to the wedding, because I figured I could dress it up.
Oh,
and I could so just nice. Walk about the whole time going, I made this, because that's what I do. But I can't go to it anymore, so I have no time frame. That's what Paul's glittery socks were for as well. And then we're not going to it, so he doesn't need the socks anymore. So
but you know what? We'll go out in 2 weeks' time, we'll get cocktails or something, and you have to wear it.
Okay, and if I don't, then I have to buy all the cocktails.
Deal! Considering in 2 weeks' time it's my birthday.
Okay.
Okay, what will I go for? I'll go for this one. I'll also talk about sleeves. So, because my best friend is due in 9 weeks. I've been baby knitting like crazy, and I say baby knitting like crazy. This is like the second garment I've got for my baby knitting, and it's cute as a button, and it's way too big. So this is definitely not a 3 to 6 months, even though I followed the pattern, and it's going to probably blow out completely. But this is it's an old pattern. It's a Greenock pattern, which is the Scottish wool shop. My mum's got a thing about all the Greenock patterns. Like, she literally has about 50 Greenock patterns, and she kind of collects them. And this wee one's how do we say it? Is it raglan or raglan?
I say raglan.
Raglan.
Yeah.
So this is top down, and you can see all the wee yarn overs there, and then there's a bit of a pattern on the front, and it's kind of smooshed up a wee bit. So I've done the body. I am not even halfway through the first sleeve, and I kind of just want to get it off the needles. But it's not because I'm not enjoying it, it's because the baby shower's on Tuesday, and I really want to have it finished for Tuesday. But thankfully baby shower doesn't start till like 5, and I've got the dentist at 11, and I'm getting work done. Like, I'm getting the start of a crown, so I know I'm just going to feel really sorry for myself afterwards, so I'm just going to get curled back up and knit this until I've got to go to the baby shower.
Yeah.
So that was a very quick show and tell, but I can actually tell you what the wool is, because guess who saved the ball band? First time I've ever done this. This is a whole new big thing for me. So this is Red Heart Soft Baby Steps, and it's iron weight wool. That's the tag.
I've only ever seen Red Heart on the American podcast. I didn't know you could get it here.
Can't get it in Scotland. My mum brought this back up from England.
Oh, right.
I think she got it from Black Sheep Wools or something. I'll need to check that with her, and I'll put in a correction if need be, but I'm pretty sure she did get it from England, because she brought it back and she had it in pink and white and yellow, and it's so soft you should feel squishy.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it doesn't feel like plasticky at all.
It doesn't.
Really.
It doesn't feel like normal acrylic that you get.
I have to be careful, and that's a touchy subject.
That is a very touchy subject. That's dangerous territory. I might have just treaded in.
Just started doing new baby wool in my work, and it's patterns. I can't remember what it's called, but it's really, really high quality acrylic yarn, and they do it in this like dusky pink and dusky grey, and they're so nice. I think I'm going to buy it to knit the dog a jumper.
Everyone knows I quite like my acrylic wool because it's really good for amigurumi, but I hate how it squeaks. That's my only down point. I hate how it squeaks, especially on a crochet hook. I think it squeaks more on a crochet hook than it squeaks on knitting needles. And it's when you're kind of, I know you're not a crochet fan, but it's like, if I do it in work, I've got to say, sorry people, I'm so sorry, it's squeaking. And it's only until after I've said it, people don't hear it. And then the minute I say it, they're just like, oh my god, shut up. And I'm just like, I said I'm sorry. But I just want to show this off. This is my Knit Run Dig bag.
I love that, that's so nice.
And there was a bit of a kerfuffle paying for this, and you know all about this considering you had to stand and wait for me.
I met you. I was standing behind you for 15 minutes.
She's being a creep.
Yes, just watching you try to buy it.
She stood patiently waiting behind me, and I had no idea she was there, and I was so determined to buy this bag and another one.
Is that a little fox?
Yeah, it's a wee fox.
That's so cute.
Let's see if I can show it off. It won't turn around.
See, every time now, because I feel quite crafty, I see fabric or I see little charms and like progress creepers, I'm just like, I'm going to find that, and I'm going to buy that, and I'm going to make those, but it's not working out too well.
But
find stuff.
there was a huge kerfuffle trying to buy that. Like, the PayPal she had on her, the wee contact list thing she had wasn't working, and I started to freak out because it wasn't the first stall my contact list wasn't working with, but I think I just used it too much. And my company had just gone, you know what, no. But I could use the chip and pin. And then the chip and pin wouldn't work, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on with my card? And then her PayPal wouldn't work, so I had to log on to my PayPal on my phone and pay through PayPal. So I finally got it, 4 times the charm, and then I turned around, Charlotte's behind me, and I was like, hi! Pure like flabbergasted, because I was kind of like flustered because of the banking issue, and I was like, oh my god, they've cancelled my card. Or what damage have I actually done? And then I turned around, she's behind me, I'm like, but that is my current technical wit because my other one only gets worked on in other situations where I don't need to think. Although I'm on the sleeves now, so technically I don't have to think. I just have to remember to decrease.
That's the great thing about being able to knit for when it comes to like babies and stuff is you can do this because any like baby showers and babies being born into like my family and friends in the past I've not been able to knit, and I hate trying to buy baby clothes.
Oh, I
and
bought so
baby
many
toys.
baby clothes. I've actually bought so many. There's some hiding in that wardrobe, and all the other ones I've told Kirsty she's still got to take, and they're in her house. But I have literally gone baby clothes crazy.
It's because they're such a reasonable price because they're so small. So you're like, it's only like
Although
£5
I'm
for
slightly horrified by the fact that a pair of baby Vans are like £35.
and they don't even like ever
don't
wear
wear
them to walk. I know.
Because I was gonna get a pair as like first shoes type thing, but more kind of memorabilia. So like she would keep them, and then I was like £35. I could get me a pair of shoes for £35. And we kind of came to the conclusion that Primark ones are just so much cheaper and better.
Yeah.
But I think again that's a Scottish thing. Like we're just too cheap.
My mum's got my first pair of shoes and my brother's first pair of shoes, and mine were a pair of navy little leather shoes from Clark's with green dogs on them. And my brother Douglas's, his were like little sand shoes with little paw prints all over them, but he chewed the whole front of the shoes off. But it's great having them. You like look back and just be like, look at the state.
What were you on as a child?
I know, he just chewed everything up. So it's so funny. But they're like this size, and now his feet are this size.
Tell me about it. I think at one point my feet were this size, and then no one believes me when I tell them this. My feet just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then eventually, I think when I was 16, my feet were a size 10.
Your feet are size 10?
It gets worse. My feet were a size 10 when I was about 16 or 18, somewhere between that age, because it was horrific trying to get shoes. And then they shrunk. I put my teeth back in. I'm a 9 now. So I was 9 for pretty much my entire teenage years, and then all of a sudden they went up to 10. And it wasn't just a brand. Like, you know how if you go into Primark you're 14, and then you walk into New Look and by God you're 16. Or like the opposite way around, you're down. No, actually if you're down a size, aren't you? Primark's up a size.
I don't want to get into this. I bought a pair of size 12 jeans from H&M. I couldn't get them past my knees.
Oh, don't even get me started with H&M.
And I'm a 10 in Topshop, so I'll stick to Topshop jeans because like I don't mind being a size 12, but my knees being a size 12 that's not good.
I'm a 16 everywhere. Well, I say everywhere. I'm 16 in most places. You gotta remember that I've lost a lot of weight, and I'm a 16 in most places. And I seen this skirt in H&M. Like, you know where Paper Chase is in Buchanan Street? They've got, what's that coffee shop called? Tinderbox. They've got Tinderbox upstairs, and I was sat in Tinderbox enjoying a drink, and I looked over and I seen this skirt in the window. I was like, oh my God, I've got to have it. So I wandered around this entire store trying to find this goddamn skirt, and I eventually think I found it. It looked ever so slightly different from what it was on the mannequin in the window. And I picked up a 16 and I thought, right, go try it on. I never try on clothes, I just buy them. And I went and tried it on, and I couldn't get it past my thighs. I was like, well, you know, like outside of your legs.
Yeah.
And gutted, absolutely gutted. No, I think I did manage to get it up because it was buttons all the way down, and then I tried to button it around my big tummy, and I was just like, this is not happening. This is just not happening. And I put it back, and I was like,
no
really
wonder
gutted.
people have issues with, like, you know, being self-conscious about their
let's
weight.
not go into that subject.
Because I was a size 8 for a long time. I was just like a long skinny drip, but since I've settled down and met somebody that really likes food, I've slowly been putting the weight on. And like I look at myself and I'm like, I'm fine with this, but then when you've got to go and buy like size 14 trousers, you're just like, I'm not a 14. And there's nothing wrong with being a 14, but like it's just like you can't be one size somewhere and one size somewhere else, and then you're looking at news and you're like, oh, so and so's a size 6 and stuff. And but you must just be big boned if you've got massive feet. Like
you can feel my ribs. There's not much fat there.
No, there's not.
You can feel my ribs. My mum's always kind of said, and I was one of these babies that just wouldn't shut up. Like, I constantly wanted fed. Like, she would be like, she'd feed me, and then half an hour later I'd cry for more food, and it wasn't anything else, it was I was hungry. So the midwife went through my mum one time saying that she should not have me on rusks and stuff like that, like solid foods. Really early on, shockingly early on, my mum had me on solids, but it was the only way she could get me to shut up. And my mum's like, do you want me to starve my child? So I've always been really big. Like, at my heaviest, I think I was 21 stone. And I was between a 20 and a 22. So I was a big girl back then, but I was happy. Like, I was shockingly happy being that heavy. And see now, since I've lost 6 stone, and I'm now a size 16, I go between being in that frame of mind going, I don't care. I don't care what other people think, and then I go back to, oh my god, I need to tone up, I need to lose weight, I can't eat that, like, I'm not allowed, why am I doing this to myself? I was so much happier when I didn't care.
I know, see, I only need to lose, I've only put on a stone, so I only want to like lose a stone, and that's like nothing, do you know what I mean? You can do that in like a month, 2 months and stuff, but it does, you get that self-conscious because everybody's, but we're rambling now. But
this is a wool related project. I swear this is a wool related podcast. Okay, do you want to go for whip number 2?
Whip to yes.
Is this?
This is a sock. This is right.
I thought you'd have socks.
Yeah.
What we should kind of add in is Charlotte has a fish lips kiss heel knit along at the moment.
Have you started socks yet?
No, because I've not finished a pair of socks yet. I'll cast on tonight because the ones I'm doing are driving me up the wall. They're not for me, so I don't feel the drive to make them because they're not for me. But yeah, Charlotte's doing a fish lips kiss heel. I have to say that slower every time. She's doing a knit along, so if you jump onto CharrKnits Ravelry group, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
I think so.
Join that. The Fish Lips Kiss You is for a good cause at the moment. They're raising money for her family to get together.
Yeah, the lady was diagnosed with an illness, so she wants like all of our family to meet together. So last month I done a giveaway, well, I intended to give away 10 copies of it, but I think only like 9 people entered, so I gave away 9 just to raise a bit of money for it. And then this month I'm doing the knit along, so that anyone that didn't have a copy of it would go and buy the copy of it. I'm just trying to get everyone to buy it because it's only $1, which is nothing. It's like 86 pence. Have you got it printed out?
And amongst like a bazillion printouts.
But yeah, it's really easy. I'm still relatively new to knitting, and when it comes to following patterns and stuff, I'm not very good at it, but I can do it without looking now.
Goodness, how much stuff have I printed up?
Is that enough?
It's the Starship Enterprise! I'm a bit of a Trekkie, I'm not gonna lie, so I printed off an amigurumi pattern for the Starship Enterprise.
Right, that bit doesn't
but
look
that's
like
not what's on the front page. This is what's on the front page. So yeah, you can see why she said it.
Should have been one of those knitted knockers. I would like to make some of them.
Oh, that's not normal into. Right, it is here, I promise. Right, show off yourself.
Alright, okay, yeah. Sorry. So, this is the first ever time I've done a sock toe up, and it's just so much better. I don't know why, because you're still just knitting a tube basically, but I done the Turkish cast on. Have you ever done that?
No, which one's that one?
It's you put your two, you literally put your 2 needles together, you
wrap. Oh, that's when you wrap.
You just wrap it round it, and then you just knit into it, and then you drop the stitch, and you've got a cast on. Honest to God, it's amazing. So I done the toe, and then I done that much of it in a day, and that was the day I had work as well, so like it wasn't like a full day's knitting, so it was really, really fast.
Really nice colours.
Thank you. And then I done the heel in an afternoon between getting on and off trains, and then I've knit this much between last night and like 10 minutes in the train, so it's really, really quick.
Surely progress keeper, surely progress keeper.
This, if you're...
For anyone that watches, for pretty much every podcast, I will have a bottle of Iron Brew, and I shockingly opened the Fanta instead of the Iron Brew today. Look at the progress keeper.
Right, so it was an earring, but I've got stretched ears, so now it's a progress keeper.
Right. I'm going to disappear off camera a second. I'm kind of paranoid this isn't recording.
Are we recording? Have we just
Yeah, we're still recording.
That's okay.
It's going to cut off in like 2 minutes though.
Alright, cool. So yeah, the yarn I'm using is by Rainbow Cloud, who no longer dyes for our Etsy shop, but she's doing some for charity, and this is the colour Mickey and Mallory Knox.
It's really nice.
I know, I just don't know how long to make it because you've got the choice now, which is crazy. So, because this is only 24 grams as well.
Oh, you're toe up.
It's amazing. I'm never knitting this all the other way ever again.
I want to try toe up, but I need you to teach me magic loop.
You don't knit magic loop?
No.
No? Oh my god. I've only ever knitted socks like magic loop.
I'm on the 9-inch circulars.
Yes, yeah, I'm going to try and knit a bit of your sock to like try them because I'm interested in them, but I don't know how you do a heel on them. But you could always swap it out, I suppose.
It's annoyingly difficult.
Like that yarn.
That's the neck label.
I'm going to buy so much of that when I get paid. So much. So I'm keeping that in my Mina Makes bag that I won off her, and I don't know, it kind of matches. And
the colours are so close.
I don't know why it satisfies me that happens, but it does. So yeah, that is all I'm working on. But I literally think I'll have a pair of socks by 4 or 5 days, which is, yeah, you just want to keep knitting it for some reason when it's toe up. I don't know why. Maybe it might just be me.
I think because you get to try it on. Whereas like when you work the opposite way around, like for that one for example, like I'm working on the Hermione Everyday socks. So when everyone else seen this last time, I was here. Like this is how much work I've done in the last 3 weeks. So that's where my progress. We're back. So this is where the progress keeper is. Oh, it keeps blowing it out. There we go. So this is where I last showed this sock off, and I
didn't realise you just had a whole sock there and another one.
Yeah. It's been 3 weeks. I'd be a wee bit horrified at myself if I didn't. So this is for my sister. Look how small her feet are.
I was just going to say, no way does that fit your foot, because if you're 2 sizes bigger than me, because that's my foot.
I know. Look how small her feet are.
Oh my god.
So I'm making these for my sister, and this is why it's kind of like I want to make my own pair. So I will cast on, but I do want to learn toe up. Because it annoys me that you have to do the toe last and you can't try it on, especially on these 9-inch circulars. I'm on literally that's my needle in circulars right there. That's all I have to work with. But I love them. They're the higher sharps, and they are sharp.
I'm going to buy some of them as well. See the thing with the toe up as well. You can use the cardboard cutout that the first 10 pages of this pattern.
It's a lot of pages.
But you basically just draw around your foot, and then you put a mark at your ankle bone, then at your toe or somewhere else, and then, yeah. So that's where you finish your toe.
That's where you would
and then
start working that
maybe
part.
If you wanted to do decreases or whatever, but I don't. I just knit it the whole way, and then that's where you start your fish lips kiss-heel.
Right.
So you could knit socks for anyone as long as you've got that. You don't need to try on.
I think it would then be cheeky of me to say, hey, I'll knit you socks as long as you draw around your foot, because I don't like feet. I can't touch feet.
I like feet. No, it's weird. Creepiest thing I've said all day. That would get cut out and turned into a gift. But no, I don't know. Like, if anyone's got sore feet, I'm the first person to be like, oh, okay, I'll rub them. But I don't know what.
Do you know the most shocking thing is about that? I bought one of those group 1 classes, and it was for reflexology. Reflexology is feet.
Yeah.
So I hate feet. It's just been something. I think it's because people have stinky feet.
You'd hate my feet. Not that they stink, but I just bunions and corns and all sorts. They're not in a good way.
So I'm knitting these for my sister because these are for part of the inside number 23 Harry Potter knit along, and it's the Hermione Everyday pattern, which I'm not sure you can really see. So I do have one. I have a hole.
A hole.
Is that what we call it? A hole. Half-inch object.
Yeah.
So I have a hole. So there's one full sock, and then I didn't actually really do a good job showing these off, did I? and then I've got that much done at the next one. So that's literally about to get the heel turned, and it is difficult on 9-inch needles, I'm not gonna lie, but it's doable. It's just when you get down to the toe, because I didn't realise I didn't actually have 2.5mm DPNs.
Alright.
So I literally, I had to wait for my mum to come in, and it was a day that Scott and I were going up to Glasgow, or we were doing something, and I literally went to the only wool shop that I could get to on foot in Greenock, and I was just like, please tell me you've got 2.5 DPNs, and she's just like, no. And then I seen a longer circular needle, and I was just like, do you have that in a 2.5? And they're like, we've got it in a 13 and a 12, and I'm like, what is a 13 and a 12? Forgetting that that's what they used to use in Britain. They used to use completely different measurements.
See, I still can't figure it out when, like, the...
So yeah, so they've got the UK version, and then we've got the metric, and then we've got the US version. So this is what I'm looking at just now. And so they were saying they had a 12 and a 13. So, I mean, look at that, not one of those is a 2.5. So we go from a 14, which is a 2mm and a US 0, a 13, which is a 2 1/4, and a US 1, and then we've got a 12, which is
2.75.
yeah. So you don't actually get a 2.25. So I think I got the 13, and it's literally wire wrapped in plastic, like a clear coating, so no give and take at all. So I tried to do magic loop, but see, because I've had no practice and it is a short circular, couldn't do it. I literally put the sock, threaded it onto scrap yarn, got that right, I can't sit on this train and not knit, and forced it onto scrap yarn, which was interesting on a train, and was just like, I need to start the next one.
Yeah, see the difference between basic craft shops and like independent yarn shops in like Glasgow in this area is so dramatic. I went into John Lewis the other day and he started selling carbons and I nearly fell over.
Really?
Because they did the Knit Pro or Knitter's Pride Symphony needles.
Oh, I've got them.
But even then, the sizes of them, they don't do some of the
They're
smaller
very sporadic,
ones.
aren't they?
And they don't know what they've got in stock, and the people out there are clueless when you try to ask them. But yeah, I went in and I got like 2 pairs of carbons, and it made me so happy because they're
That's the
brilliant.
ones you just showed, isn't it?
Yeah. So
I want carbons. I want to try them.
that's them there. So they're made out of carbon fibre, and then you've got nickel tips.
Hang on, let's do this.
Oh right.
Here you go.
My
hand's getting blown out.
We're doing it. So these are 2.25 on an 80cm cable. I don't do inches.
Oh, they feel nice.
Paul got really excited over them because I told him they're made out of carbon fibre, and he's got a bit in the front of his car that's made out of carbon fibre. And like we could have a conversation about knit needles, so it was brilliant.
I think I'm going to have to treat myself to some of them.
I know, but I'm going to say they're only £10, but they're only £10. So, but think about like how long they'll last, because it's not as if they're going to snap.
Yeah, because I'm the Symphony needles.
I just can't knit fast enough on them.
Oh, I changed. I don't know. I don't have any in easy reach because I'm on the Knit Pro Symphony, the wooden ones, and I do like them. I have such a sporadic set, and it drives me up the wall. And I would love. Sorry, I'm just watching. I've got these horrible neighbours that park in front of that garage across there, and it's a public access garage, and they think that because they have that wee house over there, that they can just park there, and I thought that was them, but it's not.
Alright. But they're trying to reverse round that corner.
Yeah, they're going to pull out a caravan. It's their magic trick. There's about 30 caravans in that garage over there. But no, I was
distract me now.
I know.
Caravans.
This is how I get distracted when I'm doing a podcast.
Actually, I tried to sell it to Paul that we should just not try and buy a flat and buy a caravan because how much money you would save.
But you'd be cold in winter.
We could knit. You're never cold if you knit, but yeah, I was trying to sell that one to him, but he likes having like a roof, a proper roof, not a tin one over his head. So yeah, maybe when we retire, or maybe when I'm a wee old person alone, I'll have my caravan with my 10 chihuahuas in it. You could knit a whole cosy for your whole caravan.
Could. I think someone's done that already.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to do that. This is getting so off topic.
This is why I don't think we've recorded before together. Because we go off topic quite a bit. But reeling it back in, I need to show this off. I got this just after Edinburgh Yarn Festival, so that's how long ago I got this. And even though I'd bought project bags at Yarn Fest and you gave me the one you so kindly made for me, I had to get this. I was just on Instagram very randomly. Oh, we never said where you can find us. I will do that then.
There's links. That's what links are for.
I was on Instagram very randomly and they were talking about how there was an update for this lovely person, and I didn't even care. I dropped whatever I was doing, got on my phone, went on Etsy, and I finally got myself a Mrs. Brown's bag. It's in frame, yeah. It is one of the ones that looks like it's got knitting on it. It's not one of the ones where she took the picture and printed it onto canvas.
I was just going to ask that.
It's not that one. That's the one I wanted. But given the fact that their updates are so coveted, I think would be the correct word to use there, I just bought it as it's the only time I'm probably going to get one. I've not used it yet. This literally came in the post on Friday.
I tried to get a little bobbins bag the last update she done, and I got it into my cart, and I thought, I honestly, I was refreshing, I got this bag into my cart, and then I was like, oh, it's in the cart, it's good, and then I jumped back out to get a needle cozy, and went back in, and they were both sold out, and I was like, oh my god.
So that drives you off the wall. Is it through Etsy?
Yeah, I got cart jacked, but it was, I just felt numb the rest of the night, because I don't know, because I'd managed to justify, getting the money for it, because it was, a couple of days before payday. And then, and it was gone. It was just gone from my grasp. It was really nice as well.
I think a lot of Etsy sellers have caught on to the fact there is now that whole cart jacking thing, and I think they have a workaround for it for most people. I'm not saying everyone's got it, but I think you can now have it in your cart for 5 minutes or 15 minutes or something before someone else can access it. But I could be selling porkies.
You could be. See that would be quite good, because I put stuff in my cart and don't buy it, because I just pretend shop. It makes me feel a bit better sometimes. I'll get that.
It's like the new version of window shopping. It's now called Etsy shopping. You go in, you put it to your cart, and then you put your cart away.
Yeah, but 9 out of 10 times I go back to it, it's sold out. So that's that.
That's why you just don't even think, you just buy.
Are we on acquisitions then? If you showed your bag?
I didn't make her, but she brought some of the stuff that I didn't force you to buy it, but I certainly didn't discourage you from buying it.
So, right, I'll start from the beginning. I'm relatively new to knitting and relatively new to indie dyed yarn and premium yarn. So, and nobody talks about prices of it on podcasts. Yep. So it's like this deep dark secret.
It is, probably, in case I think because we don't want to admit that if, heaven forbid, anything happens to us, no one finds out how much we've actually spent. Yeah.
So I spent a lot of money, but because nobody mentions that, I just.
Are we going to break that habit? Are we going to tell them what we paid? Sure.
Yep. I'll break it up into how many hours I had to work to make that money to afford that yarn.
That's going to take some thoughts. I don't even know what I get paid an hour.
Mine just went up.
Ooh.
So I can afford to.
Okay, so is mine. I think I get an extra amount of money that will let me go to 5 guys every month.
I've still not tried that yet.
But you're a vegetarian. You're a bad vegetarian, but you're a vegetarian.
I fell off the wagon this year. So I assumed prices on Etsy were maybe about the rough price you would pay for a yarn, but then that's just stuff that people just dyed in their house. So that's about £15. So I assumed every skein would be about £15, or it would be cheaper because it was at a big festival and people were trying to shift it in large amounts, but it wasn't. It was also much more expensive. But you didn't have to pay shipping on any of it because you were there.
I know.
So that's
And
a good thing.
You get to squish it as well. You get to feel how soft the yarn is.
Yeah. So we'll start with the first one I bought. So
and the most expensive one she bought.
Yes, I can't even remember how much these all cost now.
21.
Right, £21. So
I'm never going to forget that price.
I had to work for 2.5 hours to I think
I had to work for 3.
And I had to have a stressful job, so this yarn, this was worked for. So as you go in, the first door you went into, they had the Stephen and Penelope stall, and like Stephen West was just like parading about it, just as fabulous as it is.
I am so jealous of his dress sense.
I know.
I couldn't pull half that stuff off.
I don't think you could walk through green outdress.
I could barely. I've got a choker that's got a pentagram on it because I'm pagan, and walking around Greenock like that yesterday. Oh my god, the amount of death stares I got! It was unbelievable. I was just like, if people could actually make the ground swallow up and eat me, I'd have been eaten like 5 times.
It's hard living in Scotland.
I know. It's hard being alternative in Scotland.
Yeah, so this is hedgehog fibres, but it's not. They just stock it for. It's dyed. Oh, right, you.
There we go.
It's dyed in Ireland, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it not Europe somewhere?
No, there's shops in Amsterdam, but I'm sure they're just like they're the main stock list. Going off topic here, I'm trying to think about it. So this is the colour Oracle, and it is the 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon, 400 metres, and it's really squishy. I mean, it is worth the money, and the dye job on it is just...
It is like the most...
It's premium. So
amazing selection of colours I've seen in a yarn.
How do you
I don't know.
I don't have this problem because I film in like a cave at night. Yeah.
So there's like some highlighter yellow in here that's really, it keeps washing out. How do people do this? It's just like zone out our faces.
Yeah. But no, this couldn't be socked because I would be scared to put my feet on the floor, so it's going to be
a shawl.
Definitely a shawl, and I thought if I got like a lime green to do like a lace edge on it, maybe.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I don't know how big a shawl you can get out of 400 metres.
Most shawls are 400 plus.
Yeah.
You can get some that are under 400, but not many. Yarn thing.
I know. So I'm saving that one for a rainy day. Cast that one on.
Now I did not yarn enable this one because I didn't buy anything from Hedgehog Fibres.
I know,
that was your own doing.
You should have.
I know I did, but given the amount of damage I already done.
But then you just went round and spent even more money after that.
I know. After that, I bought that.
Yeah, so that's... I should have brought my one of those, but...
Did you get one?
I got a grey one.
Ah, but I'm going to show mine off now. So, after we went to the Stephen and Penelope shop to stop, I don't even know whose shop it was we were at.
No, because they pretty much only done Madeline Tosh.
Yeah. They had a few other ones.
Spoiled it for you.
They had a few other ones. They had some really gorgeous patterns, and I was talking to the lady and she could have been nicer. I picked up, was it a Zuber ball? Is that how you say it? Zalber ball? I say Zuber. A Zalber ball or a Zuber ball. And I've got some Zalber balls. That's going to be really weird to say now. I've already got some, and I picked up this. Because they stopped Madeline Tosh, and it's, what did I call this earlier?
I don't know, but I would call it Sweetie Vomit.
I think I called it Confetti Spew.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. That I love that it's still got enough cream in it, but that it's not like you could wear it without it looking absolutely mental.
I know.
What are you going to do with it? Shawl.
Because I have well, I don't think it would actually go, but there is some sort of like highlighter lime green in here, and my mum gave me the leftover sparkly lime green that she was using that I was coveting, and so I'm thinking contrasting, maybe. I don't know.
That would be nice.
But it's squishy and it's soft, and it's my first ever Madeline Tosh, and it's in the Twist Light, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, and it's 384 metres, so I've got less than you. And this was £19, so 19 British pounds. And that's the most I've spent on a single skein of yarn.
But you would spend more than that on a shawl if you were buying a shawl at the shops. That's how I justify it.
I've never bought a shawl at the shops. I make all mine. Or my mum makes mine.
I don't even own like a shawl because I made that ugly one. And then I made another one.
I love that yarn. It just doesn't look good in that shawl.
I know, it's going to get ripped out soon. So.
R.I.P. shawl.
Yes. Hello socks. Because that skein, that was only £10. Hand dyed off of Etsy. Yeah, it was honey fox yarns, but they randomly put a couple of £10 skeins up every here and there.
Must be like their oops skeins.
Yeah, but then they don't do anything else. So it's a weird one. So I always keep an eye on them. Is it my turn? Right. Well, we've got kind of matching ones here, so I'll show mine first.
I didn't buy mine though. Mine was
I know, but it's like the same but different. So this is my colour of the 2016 so far. I'm absolutely obsessed with mustard. I think that's like how
I'm taking in here.
That's how I realise I've hit adulthood, that I can appreciate such a grown up colour, but it's just so nice. And this is by is it Belinda Harris Reid, and it's called Warm Moonshine in the colour mustard. And this is a blend of 70% alpaca, 20% silk and 10% cashmere, and it's like
oh my god,
it's just like
it's so soft.
You can tell how drapey it's going to be. This is definitely.
I love alpaca. That's what that is.
Yeah, I love it too, but I don't know if maybe it's because I feel like the alpacas probably get better treated than sheep. I won't go into the whole of animal treatment and stuff when it comes to. I'll do that one day, but not today. But it's so soft, and I think it's just got a really nice, like lacy, drapey thing.
And you totally get a contrasting. I know the Yarn Cake do dropped alpaca, so you could totally get a contrasting alpaca colour.
Yeah. What would contrast with mustard?
Oh, so many. You could go proper crazy and do like a really gorgeous teal or sky blue. Or you could go subtle and go, you could go red, but that's more kind of Christmas colours, golden red.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many colours go with mustard.
See, I just went with black and I just think it looks bam. Wow, amazing. So yeah.
That would work. You could do like alternate rose.
Yeah, I think this is my favourite one I bought in Edinburgh, so I'll just show you again. It's just so
really?
nice.
Over your BB-8 one?
Yeah, over the BB-8 one. But I don't know, I just feel this is like, I don't know, like proper premium. But that one's got cashmere in it as well, so.
You're all about the cashmere and luxury fibres.
That's as goats, isn't it, cashmere?
Oh, I don't know. I just know it's really soft. So my next one is, I didn't buy this and I didn't steal it either. My mum and dad were away down in England and they stopped at Black Sheep Yarns, Black Sheep Wool in England. And they got me, now I can never pronounce this, is that Arcania?
Aracuruna, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know, I bought
it's that. I got botany lace, that's just the way to put it, but my question is, that's not lace. That's sport weight? No.
Yeah, it's called...
Is it just called botany lace?
Yeah, it's called botany lace, because I've got it in a DK, I'm sure, or something like that. The first purchase I made at Queen of Pearls was, I've just read it as Aracuruna, and I've called it that since.
I think it's because it's got a U in it.
Yeah. Aracania.
It's this. It is in a gorgeous mustard colour as well, which has always been one of my favourite colours. We get, how much do we get in this? We get 410 metres. It's just shocking. Look at the difference.
I know, that's so fluffy.
So this is really kind of bouncy and squishy, and this one, it's squishy, don't get me wrong, but there's more in this smaller skein. I mean, look at the size difference. There's more in this skein than there is in this skein. But my mum got me that when she was coming back. I'm getting yarn for my birthday.
You're so lucky.
Because we're going to the Edinburgh Knitting and Stitching Show on the 28th. My birthday's the 22nd. so I have to wait a week, which is fine. She literally turned around like, I'm not getting you a birthday present. I was like, okay, why? Well, I didn't say why, I just said okay. And she was just like, oh, I'm getting you like a really nice skein of yarn. And I was like, okay. And she's like, at the knitting and stitching show, I was like, well, that answers a lot.
See, you're lucky your mum is clued up on knitting. My mum knits, but she just knits big squares.
Take 4.
Yeah, so I was at my mum just knits big squares out of like acrylic yarn. She just buys from like the pound shops here do yarn. So
To be fair, that's really good for amigurumi.
it is,
I've got like 6 novels in here.
So if I asked for like anything knitting related, it would just be loads of that, and I don't have any use for it. So I just
could you not maybe ask her for like a gift card from Queen of Pearl or the Yarn Cake?
She doesn't go to Glasgow.
Right, okay. I forget you're not in Glasgow.
Oh no, my mum lives in Clydebank. She used to go to Glasgow all the time, but then since she met her partner, they only go where he can drive, and he refuses to drive into town because he doesn't want to get a parking space for his Twingle. So. To
be fair, I drove in town on last Sunday and it was a stressful event. We were coming back, let me start that again. Kirsty and I were coming back from, caravan. It's like a squirrel, it's a whole squirrel thing, like, shiny. I took my best mate and I to the fort, and driving there was absolutely fine, motorway the whole way. And then when we came back, the overhead things on the motorway said, like, crash at junction 18. So we tried to think, oh my goodness, how's a way around this?
That's quite a distance for you, because I live about 15 minutes away to the fort.
Yeah, it's a bit of a drive.
Because I just basically go up, but you've got to go.
I've got to go round.
Oh,
I've got to go to Glasgow, round Glasgow, and then get to the fort. But so on the way back, once we hit Glasgow, like kind of where the infirmary is, that's when it started saying it was a crash at junction 18, which is by the Hilton. And so we're like, right, how can we avoid this? So we went in at Kirkcaldy. Is that the right place? Kind of like the back of Glasgow.
Yeah.
So we went in at Kirkcaldy's and then went behind John Lewis. I was originally aiming to get out at the Hilton, but I don't know the streets. So I went away that Scott drives in and out of Glasgow all the time. So we went down the back of John Lewis and then up by Tesco Bank and then out by the Chinese market. Which just took us straight to the crash site. So it was eventful, it was stressful, so I can see why someone wouldn't want to drive in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Because I avoid it like the plague, but that's just my driving issues.
See, I need to, when I eventually get my car, when I learn to drive, I have to drive through Glasgow to get to work every day. So that'll be fun.
Roping that back in. Ask her for money. Then go get yourself yarn.
No, she gets my pyjamas every year and I don't buy pyjamas, so...
I have too many pyjamas. I literally went through my pyjama stash. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get this to stop turning off. I went through my pyjama stash the other day. Like, I have this thing about just wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And I've got like really fleecy ones for cold nights. But then I've also got my Chewbacca onesie, my Stormtrooper onesie. But no, I don't think I can cope with more pyjamas. I get socks all the time. That I really love. But they're not knitted.
And I just pyjamas, I don't know. Oh well, right, where are we now?
We're eyeing up the caravan.
Yeah, he should get a medal for being able to get out of that wee space.
I know. What's worse is, see the back of that house, there is, like, they literally have to come out at an angle, straighten up, and then come out onto the street. So it's a pure, the number of times you watch people and you're like, you're gonna bash your caravan right off the side of a wall. People have done it. People have actually crashed into that wall.
Goodness sake. My bedroom window just looks out onto a forest, so I don't have any drama at all.
See, now that would be nice.
No, there's
I should show you the view from the back of the house.
There's a woodpecker that likes to peck on his tree at 6 o'clock every morning, and there's an owl that hoots. And
you sure it's an owl and it's not a wood pigeon? Because wood pigeons and owls sound very similar.
It might be a wood pigeon.
Because we used to have a tree here, and I'd be like, oh my god, we've got an owl. My mum's like, Kirsty, that's a wood pigeon. We have a bat. There's a bat that flies around, and it's fascinating to watch because it flies so quickly, and I've never seen it hit anything, but that's because of its sonar.
Yeah, do you know they're protected species? So if you had bats in your loft, you just can't do anything about it. Yeah, so he's like protected by law. Yeah.
We don't mind him. Keeps all the yucky bugs and stuff away. But it's so fascinating to watch at night, especially on a clear night. Like, obviously when it gets dark tonight, it's just gonna be overcloud and stuff. Overcast. But in the summer and stuff like that, you just see this like dart around. You're like, wow. The only scary thing is it does get awfully close to your head if you're walking.
Yeah.
Which is terrifying.
I think like we don't, like, everybody in the place where they live don't really appreciate the wildlife around them enough.
No, we get porpoises because we're right by the Clyde.
See, that's amazing. A porpoise, that's just like
it's pretty much a dolphin.
Yeah,
I think it's just a chubby dolphin.
But even like foxes and stuff that we see every day, like there must be
we
some.
had a fox on our street once. It was terrifying. My sister and I thought someone was getting attacked on our street.
Oh, the noise they make.
We actually thought some poor person was getting attacked in our street, and we were too scared to go to the window in case like they seen us. So we turned off the lights and looked through the curtains in case obviously we had to be like witnesses and stuff, and then we just seen this fox dart up our garden path. We're like, we're nowhere near a forest, we're nowhere near trees and greenery and somewhere for it to run around. We're literally in the middle of so many different streets.
Yeah.
So, slightly weird. It's the only time I've seen it.
Yeah.
Do you get, because you're by forest, do you get loads of interesting creatures?
Foxes in the back garden, deer in
Really?
the front of the house. See, Castle Milk was a massive forest, and then they dug little bits of it out and put houses on it. But there's still big, massive bits of woodland everywhere, so there's loads and loads of wildlife. It's not too great when you're walking about there at dark, when you see big, massive black spots, but there's a lot.
That sounds like it'd be really nice. Like, you could technically just set a camera up in your back garden and just watch for things coming in. Yeah. You ever seen a hedgehog?
Only a dead one. It wasn't nice, but let's see it. He was dead.
I'm not laughing at the fact the poor thing was dead, it's just the fact like, yeah, it was dead.
I know, because I was like, oh my god, it's a hedgehog, but it was like in the middle of the day, and it was on like next to like the road, but it was still in one piece. But I was like, oh my god, it's a hedgehog, and went over to it, and it wasn't until like I like got pretty close to it that I realised it was a wee ghost.
Aww.
So I was like, yeah, so I really like hedgehogs as well. So
they're really nice, aren't they? My friend's got a wee pygmy hedgehog as a pet.
Really? Yeah. I'm not going to their house because I'll steal it.
Yeah.
Your cat under
they're in Aberdeen, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have 3 cats where I am, and I live with my parents, as I've discussed. Charlotte's already declared that one of them may be missing by the time she leaves here today.
And I may look like I have a big pregnant cat belly because it'll be under
like,
under my shirt.
You're not pregnant.
Right, what have you got? Is it your turn? Is it my turn?
I think we both went last time, so you go.
Right, okay. So this is the last proper super fancy yarn that I got at Edinburgh.
And for anyone that watches either of our podcasts, you will know we're a bit of a Star Wars fanatic. Both of us.
Do you know the worst thing is, this isn't even Star Wars yarn, I've just invented that it was.
I totally agree though, now that I've seen it. I totally agree that it's totally BB-8.
So this is by Indigo Dragonfly, who Canadian, made in Canada, and this is a chameleon sock, which is 63% merino, 20% cashmere, and 17% silk. That's
a very odd
and it's
breakdown.
Yeah, but it's special edition, and this is in the colour Calm Before the Storm.
Or I've
BB-8.
named it as BB-8.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Probably just pet it for the rest of my life. But it doesn't feel as soft as the other one. Like, it's soft, but
it's soft.
I didn't realise
next to the alpaca.
I didn't realise until that I'd bought it that it was like that kind of content. But
it's a very weird breakdown. Like, I've got my cashmere stuff in here, and my breakdown of that goes 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. Whereas yours is 63%, 20%, and 17.
Yeah.
Or is it 10? No, it's 20.
100% cashmere.
Oh,
So
you've got more cashmere than I do. I'm only 10%.
such a snob.
Sure.
Such a knitting snob.
See, if I take
Right.
one of these out, it's just going to go. It's a pot, isn't it? So,
See that is so soft.
I bought some undyed yarn. Got 5 skeins. And I fully intend. Oh my god, look how squishy that is.
That
That is
would
so
be
squishy.
like huge when it's all made into a... I'm so bad at that.
I'm alright. I cannot get my fingers caught.
See, I don't do the chin thing. That
Oh,
might
it's
be,
the only way I can do it.
I'd end up with a big orange
I mean,
mark
look
on.
how fat that skein is.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
That's...
So I'm, heads up guys, I will be dyeing yarn in the foreseeable future. I just need to get, I've got the yarn, I've got the dye. I just need to get everything else. Because I do it in a steamer, a vegetable steamer.
Alright.
That's how I do mine.
Clueless as to how this works. I just thought you just dropped it on it and that was it. Washed
Oh, you
it.
can. You get to put heat in it, and you get to put citric acid. So you can do it with Kool-Aid.
Oh, Helen sent me some that was being dyed with Kool-Aid.
Going off on a sidebar here.
Yeah, I got mini sent to me and that one there.
That one was done with Kool-Aid?
Uh-huh.
Wow. My Kool-Aid one never came out that good.
I'm sure that is.
I don't want to check it out.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. Dyed with Kool-Aid. So that's that there. So that was dyed with Kool-Aid. So I might try that. So that's Helen, who's Bright966, sent me a big pile of minis. Because I pretty much begged for them in the last podcast, so I've got loads, but I won't show you them all until I've knit them up into my squares, because there's millions.
I quite like that one.
Yeah, what's that, Knit Picks?
Is it?
Mhm.
Oh my god, look at the colours in that.
Right, we can look at
she's saying it's sweets!
Yeah, I've not tried them yet. We can look at these later, because we're dragging on here.
We are actually. Sorry for the really long episode, but I'm not sorry at all.
No, there's 2 people worth of talking.
I
so.
know! And 3 weeks for me, 2 weeks for you.
I'm just glad that I don't have to try and upload it.
I think I'm gonna have to go out and steal Kirsty's Wi-Fi. She's got like the best Wi-Fi in the area. And she's like up the back at Greenock. Terrifying area. So my next one is Easy Knits, knit with colour, and it is smoked cakes. How do you say that? Lou. It's this.
See, I would never think to buy something like that, but now I've got like serious yarn envy.
So, if you can see all the colours, so we've got this. Where is it not got the circle? Here. So, got this really lovely yellow, lime green, teal blue, navy blue, and purple. You can't see the purple. It is purple. And I've seen them, and it did have a thing on the end to stop them coming out, and I just bought them, and then I felt them, and it's quite rough.
Yeah, but that's because it's like specialist sheeps.
Yeah.
What do you call them? Specialist sheeps.
Special breeds.
Special breed sheep. So it's like Exmoor Blueface, White Wensleydale, Grey Gotland, and Zarbles.
I'm pretty sure once it's been blocked, whatever I make, I'm pretty sure that's been hand spun as well.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can zoom in here. So it looks hand spun, and it is really nice, and I'm not put off from using it because it does feel a bit rough. I'm sure, like if I put that there, which is quite sensitive for me, it's not that scratchy.
No, if you can condition it as well, can't you?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure whatever I make with it, I have not decided. And then once it's been blocked in some like, conditioner mixture and stuff like that, it will feel fantastic. I just love that colour.
I like that one. Because it's nearly mustard.
It is nearly mustard, isn't it?
It's more like a chartreuse.
They had other ones where it was gradients, and I did want to get something with a gradient, and I ended up getting my mum a gradient pack. So they had other ones, but I was just drawn to the colours. I had to get all the colours. So I went with that one. And it's really nice stuff. So that's the front sticker. And then
I follow them on Instagram.
It was 2 guys.
Yeah.
At the stall. They were really nice.
They're really talented dyers.
I totally recommend them. Their stuff is beautiful. I think I stood at their stall for about 10 minutes just staring.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, all the yummy yarns. I was just like, I could take you home, I could take you home, I could take you home. And then I just walked away with this. So I was quite happy with my purchase.
Yeah. So I've got like woolly wool that I got from New Lanark, and it's quite rough. It's actually got still got bits of hay in it. But I still don't know what to do with that. But I'm really excited to knit with something that's not just merino, because that seems to be what everything is now.
Whereas now she's got all the luxury yarns.
So
my last one, before you go on about something to do with Harry Potter.
Don't.
I decided to get this huge. Oh my god, look how static that is! I decided to get this huge bat of alpaca from. I don't even know who these people were.
Oh my god, that feels like my dog.
And it's beautiful, and you can see that it is tonal. And I literally had such a hard time. I don't even know where the end is. I had such a hard time. That's not it. Trying to figure out which one to take home with me.
There, maybe.
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna have to rip it and start somewhere. Had such a hard time picking one. I think all the ones I wanted were not there anymore by the time we got back around to these people. And but what I thought was really fantastic was at this stall they had the yarn already spun up.
Mm-hmm.
So you could see what it could look like, and it was spun on itself, so it wasn't spun with a different colour or a different base or anything like that. It was just literally what I'm assuming is 2 singles spun and then plied together. And I love it. It's so soft, and I need all the alpaca, like all of it.
So yeah, if I bought something like that, I wouldn't even spin it. I would just.
How have you been getting on?
I haven't had a chance yet.
After all that.
Oh, honestly, I know I've just been like at the hospital and at work, so.
2 weeks ago, I decided to teach Charlotte to drop spindle.
In a pub.
In a pub. After I dropped a wedge of lime in my shoe.
And I had a dog on my lap as well, so.
That was interesting.
Yeah. You know, she tried to like have a go at the bartender when she left.
Seriously?
Because she'd been so good to everyone. She just fell asleep on the sofa next to me, on her side, and he came to like clear plates away, and
she took food.
You don't
take food from this dog.
Just don't touch a sleeping chihuahua. They're wee dogs. They're hyper sensitive to people. They get really paranoid. But she was fine to everyone. She was like all over you and all over Ashley and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't touch someone that's asleep. She didn't bite him or anything like that. She just barked and snapped and got pretty angry. But he was taking pancakes away as well. So
you got the pancakes?
They were this size. I couldn't eat all of them.
I had to taste Scott there. Actually, because not only was their cocktail amazing, but the minute I found out there's pancakes, I was like, why do I have to leave again? Someone remind me why I'm leaving.
I know. Boyfriends just get in the way.
They do.
Yeah,
seriously.
So I'll show you my most recent purchase.
I thought they were identical, but they're different.
Yeah, they're 2 different ones. So I'll show you this one first. This is Nora George, who's on Etsy, and I believe she's called Tracy Arnold, and that's her name on Instagram. But yeah, so these are hand dyed in England, I believe. So it's a UK brand. And I seen this one and I had to get it. So this one's called Elderflower. And funny fact, when I first met Paul, one of the first things he told me about was how much he loved Elderflower cordial. Like, that's pretty much one of the things he used to describe himself.
My goodness, that's such an odd drink.
It sounds a bit weird, but like like on his Instagram tag, he like had like a list of like his favourite things, and Elderflower cordial was right up there. So, and then there's a brand of elderflower that's out there now, and they usually say elderflower on it, but instead it says "You're lovely," and there's like a competition in the back. But that's something he always says to me, so every time I read it on the bottle in the supermarket, I read it in his voice. So elderflowers just remind me of Paul. So that's why I needed to get this. But I was maybe going to make him something out of it, but I've had horror knitting him socks, so I think I'll just keep it for myself. Because he has huge feet.
Just don't make him more socks.
I know.
I made you one pair, treasure them forever.
I know. I want to make him a big shawl thing.
Like Stephen West shawl.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I've got one picked out. I'm just waiting to get it. He wants it in heathered garnet by Knit Picks. And
if you order from them, they're very quick to arrive.
Yeah, so I need to order that, but I think I need about 10 balls of it or something to make it big enough. And then I got this one here. This one's in the colour Hedgewig, and I've seen this knitted up on socks by Charlotte of the Charlotte and Gus podcast. I think she done the Hermione's Everyday sock with it, but the way that the colour pop goes through it, it just looks really interesting. But yeah, I don't like Harry Potter. I think I might be the only person in the whole
no,
the internet
Kristen from Vine doesn't get it either.
Alright, okay, that's okay.
She's not a Potter person.
I don't know why. I don't know why I don't like Harry Potter.
I think it's the same with anything. You either love it or you hate it. I guess there's some in between. Like you can stand it, but you don't love it.
Yeah, I feel like I've got a weight off my chest now because everyone goes on and on and on about Harry Potter, and I'm just over my head. I'm like, I
love the movies and I love the books, but see now that was like what 10 years ago or something. I'm past it.
Yeah.
Like if I ever watch the first movie, it puts me to sleep. Seriously, if I ever annoy someone, I'll just put on the first movie. I'll fall asleep like that. I don't know. Like I went on to Pottermore and I put myself into the Sorting Hat, and I was very surprised to find out I was Gryffindor.
I got Gryffindor as well.
I was very surprised by mine. I was thinking more like Hufflepuff or
Ravenclaw. Yeah. I don't know.
You may be Slytherin.
Yeah, obviously. I'm just Lord Voldemort himself. I don't know. Honestly, like I don't know. It's just yeah. I don't. So
now that you've got that off your chest, is there anything else you want to get off your chest at the same time?
Like that's pretty much just the biggie. I could go into reasons why I don't like J.K. Rowling when it comes to like Scottish independence as well, but I don't want to get don't get politics on it.
No, let's not.
So yeah, that's me just lost everyone that's ever subscribed to me. But
come to mine.
She likes Harry Potter.
Sorry, that's my phone.
So yeah,
we're gonna have a mini wool rant. Nice.
See now I've just said that, and I'm going to have this full rant. I'm going to come across as a horrible person.
We're not horrible people. I love Harry Potter. She doesn't.
But
I'm a lovely person.
I love Star Wars and video games and some episodes of Doctor Who. So I couldn't get over David Tennant and Chris Eccleston leaving.
I know, I'm still gutted by that.
Yeah.
I didn't really like, what was that, Smith guy?
I just wanted to like dye his eyebrows because they're dead pale and his hair's dark.
How do you feel about my eyebrows? Mine are pretty much not there. Like, see here?
Yeah.
They're literally like non-existent.
So yeah, they're not as bad as Matt Smith's, but I don't know.
Okay, so on a serious note, we are going to have a bit of a sidebar rant. And Charlotte's going to start it.
Right, okay. Oh, I feel terrible now.
Don't feel terrible. Yeah, right. We're take 5.
Basically, I was made aware of a company that is bringing out a line of yarn, and they've used this name for yarn in the past, and a couple of smaller companies have as well. But I'm not going to name any names because that's not relevant. But it's basically sock yarn, matching skeins of sock yarn, and it's been named OCD sock yarn. This one was Star Wars related, so it wasn't just OCD sock yarn, it was OCD2 and OCD-PO, so like R2D2 and stuff. Which I understand that if you've got a brand and you're making something quirky like identical skeins of yarn, you want a fun name for them, but OCD is a mental health issue, and I don't think it's appropriate to name yarn after it. I personally myself don't have OCD, but I'm very close to someone that does, and I've seen the way it's affected their life, and I've heard the horror stories of how it's affected their life and other people. And yeah, I don't understand how anyone thinks it's okay to name something OCD, or even people misuse the term OCD all the time. Like, you know, they'll see something out of place and be like, oh, that's a really annoying OCD. And it's not people that have OCD or have been diagnosed with OCD, because it's a very serious mental health condition. You know, people that like to have a tidy house, or people that like to have things to match, doesn't mean that you have OCD, it just means you're a clean and tidy person. Having OCD is something that controls your life, it exhausts you, it can prevent you from having jobs, it can break down relationships, you know, it can lead to depression, self-harm, suicide, it can prevent people bonding with their children. And it isn't all about washing your hands and lining up tins of beans or anything like that, and it's most certainly not about having socks that match. And fair enough, this is just the yarn it's called it, but I've noticed on a couple of, you know, like knitting blogs and on Ravelry and on some podcasts, people referring to when they get their socks to match as having OCD socks, or saying like when their socks don't match, when the stripes don't match up, oh, this is really affecting my OCD. And you know, there might be like 5% of knitters out there that actually do have OCD, but I highly doubt that it affects their stripy sock knitting.
I don't think it's... I totally agree, but at the same point, it's not right of us to assume that some people don't have OCD about that sort of thing, and it's not about the knitting in general. It's just about, it could be as simple as having matching socks on, could be something that ruins a person's day or makes a person's day. We're not trying to say that if you have something about socks matching that you don't have OCD. You might have OCD, but naming a yarn OCD is not right.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've got to disappear for 2 seconds because my parents are coming home and I have to take the key out the door.
Alright, okay.
You can continue.
Okay.
Hijacking my podcast!
I didn't... yeah, so... yeah, I feel weird sitting myself now, especially when I'm talking about such a controversial subject, but basically all I'm asking is to be aware of the audience that you're around, and you know, have a wee bit of thought before you use the term OCD. If you do have OCD and you know it's important to you to have socks that match, then I apologise for coming across as so blunt about it, but just from what I know from OCD is it's extremely misunderstood, and it's really hurtful to the people that do have it and whose lives are controlled about it, to have people, you know, laugh and joke about it and think that it's just about, you know, silly trivial things, that when it's not. Do you know what I mean? It can totally like ruin your life, and I just want there to be more awareness about it.
There was a television programme in the UK at least a good couple of years ago where they followed people around that actually had OCD, like diagnosed, and I don't think I caught it, but I've seen the adverts a lot on television, and it was people that had to go around every room in the house and make sure a light was switched off or a window was shut, and you would see them, they would open the window and close the window, and at that point in my life I didn't know what OCD was. I didn't understand it. I was like, why are they opening a window to make sure it's closed? And I don't understand it. I'm not even going to pretend to be one of these people that understand it, and I have a small mild version of OCD when it does come to doors, and even having it, I don't understand it. Because I don't understand why the need for me to walk. Like, I actually walk down, I'm on 4 flights of stairs, I will lock my door, and if I don't physically have that mental image of me doing it, I've got to come all the way back up the stairs and make sure that door's locked.
Because if you don't, you end up spending the whole day panicking, and it's all you can concentrate on. You know, and that, like you said, that is a mild form of it. You would get some people that would just be like, I know how to lock the door, I can lock the door and I can leave the house, but they're like, I just can't leave the house because I can't risk not doing it, even though they would know they were doing it, because that's what they're obsessed about.
It's a genuine illness, and the reason we're highlighting it is because we don't think it's right that a company is making money from joking about it, or being light-hearted about it, I think would be a better way to put it. They don't see it as a serious illness like Charlotte and I can see it, and it's wrong. It's not right.
I mean,
it's not light-hearted, and it's not funny.
There's probably a couple of people sitting maybe watching this and being like, and not quite getting it because OCD has been trivialised for so long. So if I was, this would be quite controversial, but if I was to say that, liken it to saying schizophrenic yarn or manic depressive yarn or
Bipolar
borderline personality disorder yarn.
You can. I think it hits home more when you use something that people don't joke about. People are not light-hearted about those conditions who for some reason OCD is treated differently, and it's not seen. I don't know if it's people don't see it as an actual illness or people just don't understand it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just because I have, it's something that I don't have, but I have to deal with every day. And you know, if I was to say in front of the person that I know that has it, I'm like, oh, I got these socks OCD, he would be hurt that I'm not understanding, you know, the struggle that he has to deal with every single day. And I just, the really ironic thing about it is I knit him socks and they don't match and it doesn't bother him at all. So yeah, that's that. It's hard filming something like that because the way I'm saying it in my head, I don't want it to be offensive or anything at all. I just want to sympathise with people that have OCD, but it's hard to bring it out into words and yeah.
I think it can come off in one of two ways. I think it can come off and people just think you're being really harsh about the company and stuff like that, but given the fact we've not named who it is.
Yeah, because I mean, they might just not understand it. Yeah, if it's not something they have to deal with or live with, then, you know, and they've just heard it, you know, because it's on TV and stuff, it's trivialised as well. They make fun TV programmes about people that, you know, are obsessed with cleaning and that. But yeah, that's that. Don't know, did they bring it well across?
I think so.
Yeah. You can tell I'm getting really nervous now because like my words aren't going in the right order.
I think every so often on a podcast you have to have that kind of down to earth moment and be serious about something and raise an issue, because it is an issue, because it could turn around and hurt a lot of people, and these companies don't realise that. They're just out there to make people happy, but ultimately they're also there to make money, especially the bigger companies. And this in itself is also treading quite hot water, but they need to realise that a name of something is not something that can just be discarded at the end of the day. It has a carrying knock-on effect.
I mean, I don't think this company has done like a big update in a while, but I know the next time they do, or when, you know, this yarn gets to the people that have bought it and it goes on podcasts and blogs and Ravelry, that it might just catch on, the term OCD socks, to all kinds of yarn and become a common occurrence on podcasts, and I just don't want that to happen, because there will be viewers out there that have OCD and other mental health issues that already struggle with having to deal with it not being understood and made fun of and stuff. And yeah, I just want to nip it in the bud.
So let's not call OCD socks, people. It's socks.
And I did.
End of story.
I don't know if I mentioned, but I did email the company privately and say to them that I don't feel this is appropriate and why, and I wasn't nasty at all. I just explained what OCD was to them, and they never got back to me. And they're not a massive company, so I'm sure that they've got my email by now, because it's a direct link off their website, but it's life, isn't it? So, yeah. Well.
Moving on from that one, what do you want to make in the next couple of weeks?
I want to start my Pengono by
What's that Pengono?
Stephen West. It's a big, massive quote. cardigan.
Oh yeah, you talked about this.
Knit and chunky weight.
Uh-huh.
Because I bought the yarn for that, like...
You got it? You actually got all the yarn?
No.
You could probably make a bed and all the yarn that you need.
Yeah, I just bought 3 balls of chunky weight acrylic merino blend just to do the big back piece, and then the rest of it I'll just buy as I go, because I'm not sure what colour scheme I want to go for, because I'm actually going to...
You could totally go like multicolour rainbow.
Yeah, look like Moses. Was it Moses?
Joseph. And the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
I'm not religious.
I'm pagan. I mean, I can't step foot in a church.
No.
I'm taking that out of the podcast. For me, what do I want to make? I want to start my jumper.
You want to start your fish lips kiss socks?
Those will get cast on tonight if I can find the right yarn. I don't know what it is. I buy all these gorgeous yarns, and I'm sure other people have this as well, and then they go, what are you going to make with it? Not got a clue. It's just pretty.
Yeah, but they look nice on a shelf as well.
All mine are hidden.
And you need to get
You'll have
them
noticed that when I tried to get them all out.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. Like, I see all these patterns on Ravelry and I don't know where to even start. I get overwhelmed by all of them. There's so many really gorgeous patterns, there's so many really gorgeous yarns. I don't want to make the wrong thing with it.
See, what I do is, especially for the paid for ones, if I know that it's something I really want to make, I'll just buy it then and there, and then I'll be like, oh right, well I'll need to make it because I've just spent the money on it. But instead of putting it in a queue and ended up with millions and then kind of having to deal with it. So that's what I've done. I bought the Penguino one, and I bought the Fine and Dandy Socks one. I just need to find the right yarn for that.
Really, having this back out now, I really want to make something with this, which is the Madeline Tosh. But I'm thinking it's definitely going to have to be something that you physically see. So whether, I don't want it to be a hat. Yarn mustache.
That would be a nice hat as well.
It would, wouldn't it? But I just feel that a shawl would display the colours better.
Definitely.
But then I've got to figure out what shawl, and then I'm not going to have enough. So I'm going to have to find a contrasting colour. You can see how much work goes into this.
Do you know, I really want to make that maple leaf shawl that you done.
Oh yeah.
And that orange.
My mum made that in lime green. It's so pretty.
Yeah, I want to make it in like a burnt orange.
It was a free pattern, so I can give you.
Okay. Mine.
From the magazine. I think that's us. So to round off, since we didn't say this at the beginning, you can find me on Ravelry as Little... what is my Ravelry?
Is it Little B?
Yeah, Little Dash B. So my Ravelry is Little Dash B. Oh, I forgot to talk about something. My Instagram is Little B Kirsty. The Ravelry group is just Little B Podcast, and on there at the moment you can go on to the forum and there is a mini skein giveaway going on, and the only thing you have to do is be a member of the group and leave a comment saying what you would make with mini skeins, because what it is every second podcast, so pretty much every month, I'm going to pick someone from random using probably the randomgenerator.org or whatever it is, and I'm going to put like a wee box together. So it's not just going to be some mini skeins, it's going to be some other things, bits and pieces. So I'm going to put like a box together every month and just pick a random person, and literally all you have to do is be a member of the group, leave a comment saying what you would make with some mini skeins, and preferably watch the podcast because that's where I'm going to be announcing the winner. Over to Charlotte.
So on YouTube I am CharrKnits, and if you just type that in I come up, the first one. And on Ravelry I'm CharrKnits, spelled C-H-A-R-R knits, and we've got the Ravelry group CharrKnits. I think I've got like 63 members now, so it's quite a lot of people. And there's also details about my Fish Lips Kiss knit along, which is running until the 1st of May. And on Instagram I am Charlotte_knits, and it's mostly just pictures of yarn and dogs. So it's not a bad feed to follow. Don't put very many selfies up on there anymore, so you'd have to deal with my face.
Yeah, I've stopped putting as many up. I'm maybe not as vain as I used to be.
No, there's prettier things these days and our faces.
I
No
know.
offense, but
So
I would.
pretty.
I've got far too much.
See,
work
like
to
you can
try
cut
to do
out my whole head.
that.
But yeah, I think that's us because this is good. This is well over an hour, and it's been tangent after tangent.
I know. I feel like
I think it's been 50% wool,
yeah.
50% just gobbledygook.
Charlotte being a bumhole. I consciously didn't say the A word there.
I think it's the A word I said in the last episode. But thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's been a bit all over the place. There's probably not going to be any show notes because I will have to watch through the whole thing and type them down as it goes along. And I'm sorry if we've offended anyone with some of the stuff we've said, but we are just being us. We're being honest as well, which is, I think, is a strong point to get across. We are being honest. People have an opinion.
Try to be a voice for people that maybe don't have one or aren't listened to.
So everyone knows, like, I do have my sickness, and it's like that. If people made fun of my sickness, I would not be happy. It would really upset me. Yeah. So why is OCD any different? So that's just a thought for people. Just be more, like, some yarn companies and people in general need to be a bit more considerate of others. And I think that's just being a decent human being. At the end of the day.
So unless you're giving money to an OCD charity, you can't make OCD yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might do that in the future, maybe. Tie up a couple of skeins and see if I can make some money for them.
I've got my sponsored walk in June. I'm doing a sponsored walk in Edinburgh for Clones and Clients UK. And I'm genuinely thinking of doing, like, a wee sponsor giveaway because I've got all this amigurumi just sitting in my house, and I'm thinking of listing them, and all the proceeds from that go straight to Clones and Clients. So I wouldn't even be taking any for the yarn or the time or any of the what do you call them? What do you call them? The stuff you make them with.
Supplies.
There we go.
Materials.
So just to kind of wrap that up, thank you for watching. This is episode 8, and go subscribe to Charlotte if you haven't already. And thank you for watching. It's a bit haphazard, and I'm enjoying two people podcasts.
Yeah, it's good.
So much better than just sitting staring at a computer by yourself.
Definitely. Because I usually film on like a Thursday night myself when I'm tired, couldn't work all day, and I'm just and you've got to, like, watch your whole face back for like an hour as well.
I know whilst you're editing it, whereas I'll probably be sitting giggling as I edit this.
And I'll just be like, why did you say that, Charlotte? Why did you pull that face? So yeah. Okay, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye guys.